All right, listen up. I'm Frankie 5 Stories, and I'm going to give you the lowdown on the 5 freshest and the 5 biggest nationwide stories from today, May 20th, 2025. Let's dive in. Moody's just gave Uncle Sam the old 1-2, pulling the U.S. from that sweet perch down to AA1. Yeah, you heard me right. Our golden ticket ain't so golden anymore. Why? Well, they're bugging on our ballooning debt and those endless budget brawls in D.C. making them sweat bullets. They blamed years of runaway deficits and interest bills higher than Joey's bar tabs, saying Congress couldn't agree on anything but throwing money around like confetti at a wedding. The next morning, bond yields shot up faster than Vinny when he sees a cop with the 30-year Treasury ticking over 5%. So now the Trump tax cut dreams, they're looking more fragile than Tony's alibi. But don't start selling your sneakers just yet. Experts say it's more a credibility slap than a knockout punch. And at least we got front row seats to the greatest fiscal show on earth. Big wigs up in the Supreme Court just yanked the rug out from under about 350,000 Venezuelan souls who thought they were safe under temporary protected status. In a 6-3 shuffle and nobody signing their names, they said, "Sorry, amigos, booking's over," tossing out Biden's extension like last week's cannoli. Now these families, moms, pops, kids, are staring at potential deportation faster than a wise guy evading the cops. Immigration advocates are screaming injustice, while the dissenters, those 3 lone voices, warn this move's colder than a Brooklyn winter. Meanwhile, Homeland Security's brushing up deportation plans, and those Venezuelans are frantically lawyering up. But hey, don't lose your gabagool. Some legal eagles say this ain't the final act. Appeals are cooking in the oven. But it's still a real gut punch for families who counted on that promise on the Statue of Liberty. CFPB goons, yeah, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's own wise guys, are screaming like alley cats as Trump's crew makes moves to gut the joint. They're talking about axing 1,500 of the 1,300 staffers who've clawed back over $21 billion for poor schlubs burned by crooked banks since 11, until a Fed judge slapped hands and said, "Not today, pal, but don't think the hammer's off the table." Interim capo Russ Vought, that Project 2025 muscle man, has already rescinded nearly 70 regulations and booted 3 consumer protection commissioners, like a mob boss cleaning house before the big score. Staff whisper that the stalled Jonathan McKernan nomination was never more than a smokescreen, capiche? These so-called watchdogs warn that without the CFPB's bite, Americans are going to wake up with empty pockets and broken promises. Beijing's bigwigs at the People's Bank just sliced the 1-year loan rate to 3.0% and the 5-year to 3.5%, their lowest since 19, and state banks hacked deposit rates by 5 to 25 basis points to juice the slowing economy as the Sino-U.S. trade war keeps simmering. It's the first cut since last October, capisci? Problem is, this move's modest, like slapping a fly with a napkin. While home prices are flatter than yesterday's espresso and new loans in April are dropping faster than a hot potato. Analysts say Beijing's playing it safe. No cannonballs here unless things get uglier across the pond. Why should Americans give a rat's behind? Well, American exporters are sweating. Cheaper Chinese loans could mean more cut-rate goods flooding our ports, squeezing U.S. firms already pinched by tariffs. On the flip side, if China's shoppers start swiping those yuan like mad, they might order more of our high-end beans and bourbon. And so on May 19th, our guy Trump grabs his big old phone and rings up Vlad bear hug Putin for a 2-hour gab session in the Rose Garden. After yapping away, he struts out proclaiming, Russia and Ukraine, they're gonna start ceasefire talks immediately. Like we haven't heard that one before. He even hops on a second call with Zelensky and the whole European crew. France, Germany, Italy, Finland, and the Euroboss herself, Ursula von der Leyen, to keep everybody in the loop. But here's the kicker. Italian PM Giorgia Meloni pipes up that Pope Leo's actually offered the Vatican as a neutral venue for peace talks. A holy olive branch, if I ever heard one. Problem is, details are scarce. Putin's talking memorandum, but won't set deadlines. And Zelensky's barking for a full, unconditional ceasefire or tougher sanctions. Meanwhile, Trump's boasting he's got a red line in his head on how long he'll play referee. For a no BS take on every day's news, please like this video and hit subscribe.